right, so we're going to do a quick play together while my microphone warms up. We're choosing chess.com today because you can never guess where I'm going to play. It's how I avoid stream snipers, and I don't stream. So let's play a 15-10 rapid. King's Pawn opening, eh? Now, keep in mind here that I could probably warm up a bit and not, I could probably warm up a bit and maybe not lose quite as bad. We got a Wayward Queen opening here, which is, interesting. Now, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Do we just come here? Actually, I wonder if this, so the point of coming here is they go up, you take, they take, and then you can take this pawn, but wouldn't I just checkmate myself if I did that? Well, yes. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. We're still going to come here, though. Because, if they push up, my mouse is being weird. If they were to push up, I could do some goofiness. Basically. So they're trying to push out my, we could do this. They're trying to push out my knight. Or limit it. So what could I do, right? We're here. They come here. I mean, we would lose a piece. We could go ahead and castle. I feel like that would be fine. We could come here to stop the push. Let's just stop the push. That's a general move anyway. So now this pawn's hanging unless you do something, which would be that. So a couple of tricky things I could do, right, is intentionally double my pawns on the this file. My mouse is not moving. Come on now. What are we doing, mouse? Okay, now it's just not working at all. Off and back on, maybe? And then it does like every move and I checkmate myself. Okay. This button works. Nothing else does. This can really hinder a lot right now. I do have an old mouse. It's just not very comfortable. Let's see. So, second issue, we're going to lose the camera because I need to be able to plug this in. So, camera's going bye-bye. Only have 2 USBs. Okay. Is this going to work? Okay, so we have control back. Just with very limited space and more cords than we like. I was saying we could move this if they take. Problem is if we here takes castles and we technically have a discovered attack against their boy. I'm going to say let's do that. There's no way this is free. Right. Okay, so now there's... Are we trying to trade everything off here, people? I don't understand. I don't understand. We do have this, like, cheeky little Shagao here. And if they come up, what can we do? Shagao, and then just kind of start blundering all our stuff. Is it a blunder? If I take, and they go back with their queen, then I come here. They take, I take, they take, I take. I don't know. I don't really know. What I do know is I could come here. Can they hurt me at all? Yeah, probably, somehow. What if I come here? I'm not seeing how it's a bad move, but I'm seeing it's a move. Do we want to try and win a pawn? You want to talk about a bad move? Let's talk about a bad move, huh? I should be calculating more. You take with the pawn. You take with the knight. If you take with the knight, you lose your pawn, your doubled pawn, which like isn't too bad, but it's mostly annoying. All right, so what can we do here? Goodness. Getting some weird feedback in my headphones right now. Sorry the camera had to go off. I wanted to play the game. So what I'm looking at here is this pawn is now hanging with a fork. My king is safe. Their king is not safe. That's still the tactic. Does the tactic still work though? Yeah. Yeah, it just wins another pawn. Because we come here. We take the pawn with check. They take. And this is now lost. So we can't mess up and say like, oh, we can come here. This is defended, and this is how we drop pieces. This is now open, and if they really wanted to, problem is they can't really. So going there kind of just messes with the knight. Now actually, I could just take this, right? Because if you take back, sure, but now we're just trading and I'm up 2 pawns. Now that would be more than 2 pawns. That'd mean me getting a rook for a piece. Let's see if I can not. Now, the funny part is yesterday, where do you go if I push up my pawn? You go back here. Goodness. I'm getting that weird feedback, and I really don't like it. Here, attacking the rook with a discovered attack on the dark squared bishop. You can't go here, you can't go here, you can't go here. You have to move the rook. Where do you move the rook? Maybe here, but it's not really good enough, though. So I'm going to get this light squared bishop, or dark squared bishop. Any reason not to? Any reason to go down here? Then you come up and you're out. No, take the piece. Take the piece. I think now we come here, though. Here. And then do we take with the rook or the knight? Here. here, and you can't take it. Oh my God, they took it. Okay, well. I think this is fine. And now we let's push it back a bit, huh? Can't come forward, have to go back. Have to go back. Let's see. Ba 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 ba. Okay, so long as they have this back row-ish. How do you do this? We have time. We can sit and think. How do we do this right? This is something I've practiced, but let's see. Because you come down and they just go back up. Let's see. If we go here, they get out. How do you do it? There is a way to do it, and I've practiced it a whole lot. Easiest way is we're going to run this boy up and just checkmate him like this, but why not practice when we get the chance? So how do you stop them from going? Well, now I'm worried about threefold repetition, right? Here, how do you stop them from going back? Let's come here. And if I stalemate, I stalemate. 'Tis the price of practice. to step into... So I needed to waste one more move, right? There it is. There it is. Took me a second. Took me a second. Great instincts. We're not going to review the game. We're going to go to the self-analysis. Really, I want to go to... I'll look at this later. Not this. Like, we'll do the analysis. I'm going to import it to the Chess Dojo website later. Okay, 97. And this is like, it kind of proves that, like, where am I really? I'm looking at the camera and you can't see me, but, like, where am I? I'm at 1200, and I'm pretty confident with my 1200-ness. Wayward queen attacks, though, are super... I was actually thinking of maybe starting to switch to wayward queen openings because you apply so much pressure so quick, but it's like developing move. Okay, you're keeping the queen out. You're just really behind on development here. So the idea behind this move was here, 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 and then, like, I mean, you can do this, sure. You can come here, but then we're here. It does get a little complicated because you gotta come out of the way here, but now I can come up here, right? Because it's defended. The only problem is my king is really weak. So that makes me nervous. Anyway, go ahead and try it. I didn't think this was a great move. It was a good way to activate their pieces. But now you kind of lost that F2 threat, which I didn't think was good. And you no longer have center pawns, so I didn't think it was that great. Here, I'm just trying to castle, and then now my development is more or less done. I didn't think this was super duper good. I get it. Like, maybe they were trying to come back this way and start harassing my queen. But now your pawn, and then this one. So yeah, like, I'm forking these two. I guess this is a fine move. You're losing a pawn anyway. Like, there's no way to not lose a pawn. I didn't think this was good. I didn't think it was good. And then here, I actually think... Whoops. Stop. We're not doing a game review right now. I think maybe taking back with the knight would have been stronger. Yeah, definitely would have. Definitely would have. Why, you may ask? You're attacking this, and you are hitting this. Now, this is defended, so you can't actually go there. But now I'm giving my rook an additional move and kind of creating some back rank issues. Because even if you come here, right, this is you kind of, you might win a piece. Never mind. But, yeah, never mind. I just saw it for a second, and then sometimes it's hard to look, one move later. Here, this doesn't stop the threat, which is the problem. Now, in the end, you could say we're trading. See, it doesn't stop the threat because I saw that I'm taking the. Look at these tactical motifs, right? Taking the defender away from the knight. And then here, attacking with a discovered attack. Have to move one. And then, I don't know, they moved it back. So I thought, how could you... Nah. You're just losing. You just got hit. All my pieces are more working together than yours are. Look at that. Bam. And in this, I knew liquidation. And you can't take back because of exactly what happened. And you just. So, for my opponent, if they ever find this game and care, my pieces are all working together. This piece is hanging. This piece is hanging. This piece is hanging. This knight is kind of holding everything together just because it's holding the squares that I want, right? Okay, so the knight is protecting the rook, the bishop. It's protecting the queen. It's protecting the rook. So this knight is overloaded. And as soon as I have the ability to get my knight in now, well, now we have a problem because my pieces are kind of working together. Your rook is protecting your knight. That like this is protect and so you're, I don't know, the pieces are protecting squares, so it's not super duper easy. But then, how do you defend all this stuff, right? Especially when I'm over here. This ain't a sack, as much as I want to call it one. And then now your strongest piece, the piece holding your entire queen side together, king side together, is gone. And now it's like my pieces are still kind of working together. This is hanging, yeah, but how do you attack it without, like, I'm creating so many threats, right? Here, I mean, you can't even go here or here. You can't attack it because of my pawns. And this knight is sad. It's a sad boy. It's a real sad boy. But so was this knight too. Well, let's see. Who violated principles first, right? It's technically not a principle. It's developing. So my opponent violated principles. I kind of kept to the principles, decided to open up the center, development, and then, my position's better. Okay, what could I have done better? This is the last point I want to go across, right? Now we see the genius that is Lord Scuba. Let's see the folly that is Lord Scuba. We will do the game review. I have 2. I don't play that much. How long is this video? 30 minutes? Yeah. The last 2 minutes will be a quick game review. So this knight move is to protect this just in case we get a scholar's mate. And it's principled. I don't know. And this is when, an engine is good. If I don't have a stronger player sitting right next to me that I can review this game real fast. Maybe this move maybe didn't need to happen. I probably could have started pressuring this way, but I don't have a lot of time. Not saying every move is perfect. This could maybe have taken... This is a bit scary because I wouldn't do this. I think this was a mistake. I think what you should do is start pressuring my king side immediately. Get your pieces out. And maybe I think this could be a mistake. They have more pieces on the queen side. The H-file's open, which is scary. Maybe leaving the king in the center could be better, but maybe not because the H-file is open. 2 misses. So let's see what Stockfish says. Let's look at the game review for the last, for 2 minutes. Game review. So we know we had a few misses. No blunders. No blunders on my opponent's side either. 2 book moves. We all know what we're doing. don't know what we're doing. Inaccuracies, one mistake, no blunders. So I'll take it. I thought I played really well, but I had the easier game. I definitely had the easier game. So let's start the review. Okay, these are the book moves. Congratulations. And they left the book moves. Okay, so here, this was a mistake. Okay. Well, we saw that they violated principles first, right? Boom. Bad move. But it wants me to just break open the center. Break open. Takes. Well, how would that look? So let's do it real fast. Here. It wants here to continue. And then here, and you're actually harassing the king out of it, and then the move is to come back. Yeah, I don't know, coach. I don't know. So this is one where I'm going to say this mistake with air quotes doesn't matter. There it is. Yeah. And then another mistake because it wants me to go all the way. Now this one, another one is like whether to go here or here. Again, I'm not outright losing. I'm not going to call this at my level. This is like, yeah, this is a slightly stronger move, but overall, we're doing good. Fine move. Yeah, I thought that would have been the best move. Okay. Ooh, an idea of bringing the knight back to get it into the game. Interesting idea. Doesn't really matter, though. Okay, so now it's even. I felt better. And so here it's like, what is human, right? And I have the easier game here. My pawn structure is rock solid. They have to generate an attack or it's going to go south. They're blitzing. Yeah, this might have been a mistake. Sure. No. Yep, because it wins a pawn. I did not. Let's see. What did they want? Yeah, to take, right? Just to here, which was the plan. And then follow up. Yeah. You need to start the attack on the king side or the queen side. Your best asset in this opening is, or when I castle, is the fact that you have your pawns closer than I do, and I got a bunch of shit in the way, and your king's in the center. Okay. Oh, wow, you just wanted me to go straight in, huh? Daggum. Maybe because then you don't have... Heck if I know. Maybe it's just slightly faster. You still wanted me to go straight in? Well, it's defended. Who cares? So the computer is saying this knight is strong enough that it deserves its own murder. Here. Yeah, I thought you could move the knight too, remember? Because I realized here that this doesn't drop because of this knight. So that's a poorly placed knight, but it does have a job. Yep, takes, release the defender, attacks. And then this is hard. Yeah. Definitely could have come here, for sure. And then that way this sneaky knight move to draw the rook away would not work as well because you could just take with the knight. So definitely likes the knight takes first to try to, I don't know. Rook was more forcing. Yeah, it's the same. But rook was more forcing. Takes. And I guess the best move is to take back. You have to, right? And then just accept your fate. I was slightly worried about the pawns, but then they started going back and forth. And then here's the part I should analyze, right? So come here. Yep. And then here's the hard part where you're just trying to... And then here is where I was like, oh, wait, I have to get them to step in front of me. Boom. Boom. Forced. Checkmate. Rook, it's hard in the moment, you know? And they ended it with 18. So you're telling me they took less than... It's 15-10. They took less than 10 seconds. Now, in the end, let's go back to here, right? 15-10. They're playing blitz, dude. I mean, it's fine with me. I don't have to wait. But here is like, okay, start thinking. You gotta think during your games. This person could very well be better than me, but if you don't think during your games, like, what are we doing? We're playing blitz. And we know how bad I am at blitz. Blitz and even 10-minute rapid, I would say, like, with Scooby stats. Even 10-minute rapid. I'm a 480 blitz. Y'all want to play a blitz game? Let's play a blitz game. 3 minutes because we're going to flag. All right, 478. Let's do it. 4 nights. 4 nights, baby. Ooh, 4 nights Italian. Let's see. You can... do the center fork trick, I believe. Let's see how wrong we are, huh? You can go back here. What? I don't know what I'm doing. That's protected. Hey, look at that. Look at that. We're redeeming our blitzes. But I still had 2 minutes. That wasn't bad. This is how you get stuck in blitz. I'm like, oh, let's play another one. Now, yeah, you got to be... So if you're going to do the Italian, the 4 nights Italian, you got to be ready to submit to the center fork trick. And it's not bad. Like, okay, so just so everybody knows, right? Now, there are wrong ways to do it. But this is technically how you're supposed to do it. But just to do a little bit of learning, if I were to bring this out, okay, and they did something goofy like this, the center fork trick no longer works because you're here and you drop a bishop, basically. So you do have to be careful. But yeah, you gotta be ready to submit. and know how to deal with it. And this isn't how to deal with it because I'm just going to start getting tricky. Now, why didn't you want to go? Why didn't you want to move, right? Here. And if I'm being honest, if I'm being super duper honest, probably would have came here, here. Does it work? I'm up 3. Trade everything down. Trade everything down. I almost say I'm better here. What do you do, right? Okay, but we're not. We're being professional. We're going to end the video here. I see that my video capture device has been just frozen. And so in post, I'm going to try and put like a red X or something on there. Or maybe blank it out. All right. I hope you enjoyed these games. And we'll catch y'all maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Who knows?